This is a team handball. Witness the fact that it is not a little black ball. It's a true handball, played all over the world in club teams and leagues on every continent. A case could be made that it's the second most popular sport in the world, behind only soccer. Regardless of the argument, it is an Olympic sport, and it's played every week at the only permanent, full-size, fully marked court in the country by one of the most famed team handball club teams in America. The place is Centerville Middle School, and the team is Cal Heat. So welcome to the sport of team handball, or just plain handball, as it's called in practically every place on earth except America. Welcome to a sport that's played not in a four-wall closet, but on a court, like a basketball court, with the ball the size of a large cantaloupe, by players who run and catch and throw hard. Defense by players who grab and block and use physical confrontation to stop an attack. And welcome to extraordinary goalie play, a staple of so many truly international games, the kind of sterling play that can make a fair team good, a good team great. You may never have heard of the sport in this country, but almost everywhere else in the world, particularly in Europe and Asia, the sport is played by millions in packed arenas and on television sport channels, on playgrounds and school gymnasiums, by club and professional teams in scores of leagues and tournaments. Most significantly, it is an Olympic sport with participation as well in the Pan American Games, and it stages its own World Cup every 4 years, just like soccer. So if you were to pursue the game, either as a player or a fan, where do you go in a country that still hasn't figured out what the game is? Well, you can find no better place to discover team handball than at Centerville Middle School in Fremont, California, where on Mondays and Wednesdays during the school year, you can find the players of Cal Heat. A three-time national champion, Cal Heat has been playing the game of team handball in the East Bay since 1978. When it started its sporting life as the Cal State Hayward team. Former Cal football player Jack Holloman is the man most responsible for the creation of the Cal Heat team.
I walked by the gym and I saw them running around playing this crazy game with a ball, and it wasn't soccer because they were throwing the ball into not goals, but they just had lines on the wall. And from that, I got so involved that I went to a tryout and found out the real rules of the sport, how you could travel with the ball, what you could and could not do, and really got into it to the point where I started looking around saying, we really need a team up here at Cal State Hayward.
Mark Raggets was the goalie for Cal State Hayward when difficulties with the school necessitated the creation of an independent club team that soon needed a new name.
Joe McVane used to talk about throwing heat, and we had a guy named Scott Carlson who prided himself in being able to throw the ball really hard. There was a quarterback from the football team and a pitcher from the baseball team. We prided ourselves in being able to throw the ball really hard, and they turned that into heat.
By the time of the creation of Cal Heat, two prominent Cal State Hayward players, Joe McVane and Steve Goss, had already been asked to join the national team. Both went on to become 1984 and 1988 Olympians, a testament to both the adaptability of American athletes to this sport and the quality of the Cal Heat program.
Joe McVane, who was an amazing leaper. He was a basketball player. I mean, I think he could, go in and win bets. I can dunk the ball with either hand. Steve Goss was another gifted player. He was a great table tennis player. I ran campus sports and recreation, and he won my table tennis tournament. And I said, "You have amazing reflexes. Do you play other sports?" And he said, "Yes." And then I invited him out, and he turned out to be one of the best backcourt players for the Olympic team some years later in the '84 games also.
The program was bolstered in 1995 with the building of the new Centerville Middle School gymnasium. Thanks to the long-standing efforts of local team handball visionary Ray Gerke, the gym was built to accommodate team handball's full court dimensions, 20 feet longer than a basketball court, and painted with permanent, easily defined team handball markings. The players of Cal Heat, along with their female counterparts on the Bay Area Smurfs, take full advantage of the facility. These days, Cal Heat is a collection of European and international players mainly, whose skills and experiences with the game were first developed in places a little more familiar with the game.
Obviously everybody knows Germany from soccer, so soccer obviously is number one, but handball is really trying very hard to to get as close as possible. So at the second or third spot you can certainly say that's where handball is over in Germany, so very popular.
Every little city over there has a team, so there's a lot of competition, a lot of people playing, and it's a sport that really interests a lot of kids, a lot of young people, so it's actually very social and very good.
We have quite a good players in Cal Heat. Different people coming from Europe who play at different level, and it's been a great pleasure for me. I've been playing here for 13 years.
The time to play team handball in the San Francisco Bay Area is now. The national team is on the lookout for new talent that might figure into their Olympic and international competition plans. Javier Garcia Cuesta, the coach of both the 1984 and 1988 Olympic teams, and one of the most respected team handball coaches in the world, has returned to America to coach both the men's and women's national teams, a very positive step for the sport. Even more significantly, former U.S. Olympic Committee Executive Director Harvey Schiller, a man with one of the most impressive resumes in Olympic sports history, has taken over as president of Team Handball USA and is currently working on a development plan unlike anything the sport has seen in its almost 60 years of existence in America.
I played Division I football, and my best times in terms of competitiveness came from handball.
Handball for me was a way of getting to see the world and getting to grow as a person. It was great.
Team handball. Currently, it's the best kept sporting secret in America, but that's about to change. Come on out on a Monday or Wednesday night, and you'll find a unique sport played by experienced athletes in the very best facility in the country. Centerville Middle School and Cal Heat. For international players, it's become a home away from home.
There's handball here, and he said, yeah, in Fremont we practice twice a week. It was even back then, it was Monday and Wednesday. So yeah, that's how I got involved. My first practice, I was like a little kid again.
For American athletes looking to redefine themselves, it's a rare opportunity for new kinds of competition and perhaps international travel. Check us out